The courtroom buzzed with whispers as photographers crowded outside the doors, hoping to catch a glimpse of billionaire Adrian Blackwood, the ruthless business tycoon whose name dominated magazines and financial headlines. Known for building an empire worth billions, Adrian was admired for his brilliance but feared for his icy personality. He trusted contracts more than people and believed emotions only weakened judgment. Yet on this particular morning, none of his wealth could shield him from the storm that was about to change his life forever. Across the room stood a quiet young woman named Emma Carter, dressed in simple clothes and holding the hand of a shy 6-year-old boy named Noah. They weren't there because of fame or fortune. They were fighting to keep the small community center where Emma worked from being demolished by Adrian's latest development project. The judge asked each side to present their arguments. Adrian barely looked at Emma, confident his expensive lawyers would win within minutes. But as Noah nervously stepped closer to his mother, something caught Adrian's eye. Around the little boy's neck hung an old silver pendant shaped like a tiny compass. Adrian froze. His breathing stopped. His face turned pale. Then, before anyone understood what was happening, he stood up and shouted across the courtroom, "That pendant is my son's." Silence crashed over the room. Every lawyer, every reporter, every spectator stared at him in complete disbelief. Emma instinctively pulled Noah behind her, confused and frightened. "What are you talking about?" she asked. Adrian walked forward with trembling hands, unable to take his eyes off the pendant. "That necklace belonged to my newborn son, the son I lost 6 years ago." Gasps echoed through the courtroom. The judge ordered everyone to remain calm, but the emotional explosion had already begun. Adrian explained that 6 years earlier, his wife Sophia had died during childbirth after a tragic car accident. Amid the chaos, doctors informed him the baby had not survived. The only thing left from his son was a custom-made pendant engraved with a tiny compass, symbolizing that the child would always find his way home. Adrian had buried an empty coffin, believing both his wife and child were gone forever. Since then, he buried himself in work, becoming colder every year. Tears filled his eyes as he stared at Noah. "Where did you get that pendant?" he whispered. Emma hesitated before answering. "My father found Noah as a baby near an abandoned roadside after a terrible storm. He was wrapped in a blanket with this pendant around his neck. We searched for his family, but no one came. My father raised him until he passed away 2 years ago. Since then, I've been Noah's guardian." Reporters scrambled to record every word. Adrian could hardly breathe. Could this impossible story be true? His lawyers insisted it was probably a coincidence. Pendants could be copied. DNA testing would reveal the truth. Emma refused to hand Noah over immediately. "He's my son in every way that matters," she declared. "I may not have given birth to him, but I raised him with love." Noah looked up at Adrian with innocent eyes. "Are you really my dad?" he asked softly. The question shattered Adrian's heart. For the first time in years, the billionaire who never cried felt tears streaming down his face. He knelt before the little boy. "I don't know yet," he admitted. "But if there's even a chance, I'll spend the rest of my life finding the truth." The judge postponed the property hearing and ordered a legal investigation into Noah's identity. As everyone filed out, social media exploded with headlines about the billionaire's shocking claim. Outside the courthouse, hundreds of reporters chased Adrian for comments, but he ignored them. Instead, he watched Emma helping Noah into an old car that barely started. That image haunted him. While he traveled in private jets and luxury limousines, the child who might be his own son had grown up with almost nothing, except love. That night Adrian couldn't sleep. He opened the dusty box containing Sophia's belongings. Inside lay an old photograph of her holding the matching design sketch of the pendant. Hidden on the back was a tiny inscription only they knew about. His hands trembled. If Noah's pendant carried that same hidden mark, everything he believed for 6 years had been a lie. As dawn broke over the city, Adrian made a silent promise to his late wife. No matter how painful the truth became, he would uncover it. And if Noah truly was his son, nothing, not money, power, or the darkest secrets of the past, would ever separate them again. Before we continue this emotional journey, take a moment to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and turn on notifications so you never miss another unforgettable story filled with hope, mystery, and life-changing twists. The DNA results were expected within 72 hours, but to Adrian Blackwood, every minute felt like an eternity. For the first time in years, he cancelled board meetings, ignored billion-dollar deals, and spent his days thinking about a little boy who loved drawing rockets and feeding stray dogs. Quietly, Adrian hired investigators to trace every detail surrounding the hospital accident 6 years earlier. What they uncovered was far more disturbing than anyone imagined. Hospital security footage from that night had mysteriously disappeared. Several employees had resigned without explanation. Even stranger, the ambulance driver involved in Sophia's accident had vanished just weeks later. Adrian realized someone had hidden the truth. Meanwhile, Emma struggled with fear. She worried that even if Noah was Adrian's biological son, the billionaire's wealth and influence could take him away forever. One evening, Adrian surprised her by visiting the small apartment without bodyguards or expensive suits. He carried only a box of art supplies after learning Noah loved to draw. Noah welcomed him with a smile, but Emma remained cautious. Adrian looked around the modest home, noticing patched furniture, worn curtains, and photographs filled with genuine happiness. "You gave him something I never could," Adrian admitted. "A childhood filled with love." Emma replied quietly, "Money feeds a child. Love raises one." Those words pierced Adrian deeper than any business failure. When the DNA report finally arrived, the courtroom filled once again. Every news station broadcast the hearing live. The judge opened the sealed envelope. The probability that Adrian Blackwood is Noah's biological father is 99.9999%. The room erupted. Adrian broke down completely, embracing Noah as tears rolled down both their faces. Emma cried too, not because she had lost, but because Noah had finally found the truth about his past. Yet the celebration lasted only moments before Adrian's investigator rushed into the courtroom with newly uncovered evidence. A former hospital nurse had confessed everything. Years earlier, Sophia's jealous cousin had bribed corrupt staff members to fake the baby's death. She wanted control of Adrian's inheritance and believed grief would destroy him, making his company easier to manipulate. During the confusion after the accident, the baby was secretly abandoned, but fate intervened when Emma's father rescued him before tragedy struck again. The courtroom fell silent as the horrifying conspiracy unfolded. Police immediately arrested everyone involved who was still alive. Adrian couldn't believe 6 years of heartbreak had been manufactured by greed. Outside the courthouse, reporters waited for an emotional statement. Instead of speaking about revenge, Adrian surprised the world. Standing beside Emma and Noah, he announced, "Today I didn't become richer because of my company. I became richer because I found my family." Then he shocked everyone again. Adrian revealed he would cancel the demolition project completely and transform the community center into the Sophia Hope Foundation, dedicated to helping orphaned and abandoned children. Emma would become its director, ensuring every child received the same love Noah had experienced. Months later, the grand opening attracted families from across the country. Noah proudly cut the ribbon while wearing the restored silver pendant. This time it symbolized more than identity. It represented destiny, forgiveness, and the incredible power of hope. Adrian never tried to replace Emma in Noah's heart. Instead, he respected the bond they had built together. Noah didn't lose a mother that day. He gained a father while keeping the woman who had loved him unconditionally. Together, they became an unusual but beautiful family, proving that true parenthood is measured not only by blood but by sacrifice, kindness, and unwavering love. Years later, when Noah asked Adrian what the pendant really meant, Adrian smiled through grateful tears. "It means that no matter how far life takes you, love always finds its way home." Those words became engraved beneath the compass forever. The story that began with heartbreak ended with healing, reminding millions that truth may hide for years, but it cannot stay buried forever. Sometimes the greatest miracles arrive when hope seems completely lost, and sometimes a single forgotten pendant can reunite an entire family against impossible odds. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share it with someone you love. Your support helps us bring you more emotional stories filled with unforgettable twists, powerful life lessons, and endings that stay with you long after the video ends.